Basically, the conduct of proceedings of the election authorities, say that returning officer or the presiding officer, was under scrutiny before us.
Sir, that's correct.
The proceedings जो उन्होंने कार्रवाई की थी, उन्होंने हमने तो ये देखना था कि वो जो इनिशियल प्रोसीडिंग्स है कि उन्होंने लिस्ट बनानी है कितने लोग किस पार्टी से हैं, उस कैलकुलेशन पर वो प्रेसिडिंग ऑफिसर का तो कोई इख्तियार ही नहीं है कि किसी को चेंज कर दे। जो कुछ उसने अपने नॉमिनेशन पेपर में लिखा उसके मुताबिक, टॉकिंग फॉर माई सेल्फ, मैंने ये महसूस किया कि the presiding officer and the returning officer fails to perform their duty in accordance with the constitution and the law. So continuation of appeal को trial को समझते हुए
my lord
उसमें गए, irrespective of the fact that anybody was party or not, whether the election commission conducted its duty in accordance with law or not, this was whether the Supreme Court shut its eye on.
My lord, my submission is, as your lordship notices in your lordship's own judgment, that these candidates could have come to the court, PTI could have come to the court, neither of them came to the court. Your lordship concludes, not my words, that they were negligent in this respect. Those were your lordship's words, and your lordship says that at best from the record what your lordship could find was a 41-39 division. So there your lordship parts ways with the majority and says that insofar as part of it is concerned, there is no record at all. Even the record as examined in this court by your lordship, even if it could be regarded as evidence, could take your lordship only this far and no further.
आगे भी हमने लिखा था, however हमने कहा था, since they are representing the people, therefore the people cannot be disfranchised. इसलिए ये जिम्मेदारी उनकी थी. Suppose एक presiding officer या returning officer अपनी जिम्मेदारी अदा करते हुए वो किसी को डिसफ्रेंचाइज कर सकते इसलिए कि मेरे सामने कोई नहीं आया. क्या उसकी जिम्मेदारी ये नहीं थी कि जो रिकॉर्ड के मुताबिक और जो कानून कहते हैं चले उसके मुताबिक फॉर्म 33 तैयार करें, जैसे भी हो उसके मुताबिक चल, कोई हो सामने कोई ना हो. तो हमने तो उससे नॉलेज.
My lord, I just go back to paragraph 18 of your lordship's judgment, where your lordships note that. My lord, then the majority proceeded on that basis, not your lordship, my lord and Mrs. Mandukhail, but the majority proceeded on the basis that election disputes are not between candidates, and that is a finding on page 135, paragraphs 8 and 9, and the entire constituency is affected. That is the finding on page 135 and page 137, and therefore they said that the court could take notice and move on. And
this is a note of Justice Qazi Faiza, and my note is at page
my lord, I was referring to page 135 and 137 of the majority judgment. Majority judgment, page 135, paragraphs 8 and 9, where the lordship says that this dispute cannot be treated as similar to other civil disputes. And paragraph 9, that analogizing an election petition to a civil suit is rejected in paragraph 9, page 135. And the reliance, my lord, besides referring to Indian judgments, all the Indian judgments arose out of election appeals. Then there are two judgments referred to on page 137. They are the judgments from the Lahore High Court. They are division bench judgments. These judgments arose out of the orders of election tribunals in local bodies cases. And the court in one case interfered and in the other did not with the decision of the election tribunal, but in neither case was this a 199 matter arising straight before the court. It had gone through the process of an election dispute raised by a contesting candidate. How could these two cases be used as a basis then to proceed and say that election disputes are not disputes between the parties at all, and they are disputes raised by the constituency as such? And then their lordships say at page 138, paragraph 11, And your Lordship will recall, I don't need to remind your Lordship that this is this was not a 184(3) case. The Lordship says that since election cases are a species of collective or public interest litigation, the proceedings therefore are inquisitorial in nature. Instead of adversarial, they take the view that these are inquisitorial in nature. My Lord, except for those two Lahore High Court judgments, no judgment is cited from our jurisprudence to this effect under 199 on 185(3). And the Lahore High Court judgments, as I said, arose out of election disputes before election tribunals held in the matter of local bodies.
185 में 185(3) में कोई लिमिट है सुप्रीम कोर्ट के jurisdiction कि आप इस हद तक जा सकते हैं, इससे आगे नहीं जा सकते?
My Lord, I would say that the essential distinction between 184(3) and 185(3) is that in 185(3) the matter reaches your Lordship through an order passed by the Honorable High Court in constitutional matters under Article 199 of the Constitution. The limits of Article 199 will define the limits of your Lordship's jurisdiction under Article 185(3) because your Lordships are exercising appellate power, not an original power under Article 185(3).
That's the... आप क्या कहते हैं 26th Constitutional Amendment 191A Clause 3? Any matter decided by High Court which involves constitutional provisions, that can be looked into by the Constitutional Court while exercising Article 184(3).
My Lord, 185(3) में आएगा ना वो?
लेकिन इख्तियारात तो वही होंगे ना 184(3).
My Lord, 184(3) is your Lordship doesn't have to look at, for instance, that the application must be by an aggrieved party. Your Lordship doesn't have, so the concept of standing is not applied in that rigor. Your Lordship doesn't have to always look at whether there is an adequate alternative remedy or not. That bar is not applied either. So, not bar or that process for regulating the jurisdictions. So, my Lord, as a civil dispute, now there are a very large number of judgments and I have therefore put them in the tab. I don't cite them, but may I just before?
Basically, आपने 187 बताना है कि 187
Sir, 187 पे आ
हमारे इख्तियारात कितने हैं? हम कहाँ तक जा
वहीं पे आ जाते हैं।
वो असल बात तो ये है।
Just let me say one sentence, then I turn to 187. In terms of election disputes, your Lordships have consistently held that they are to be treated as civil disputes where the burden of proof is on the person challenging an election, and your Lordships have gone to the extent that where the election petition was not verified in terms of the requirement of the election law,